Welcome, welcome, welcome to We're Not Going to Survive in Health, but we're going to thrive in health, because for us, surviving's not an option, but thriving is an absolute must. Hope you guys are doing well. Today, I want to share with you some information about natural remedies. I've been helping a lot of people with natural remedies. I've even used them in my home on certain things and even on my little puppy. Wanted to share that information with you. Hopefully it would help. Some of you guys are looking for different ways for healing. You have pain, you're going through things, and you just want a different way than medicine, traditional medicine, or some of the things that you've been using is not working. And this may give you a little boost and help you a little bit. But before we get started, wanted to give you my email address, just in case anybody has questions, wants consultation, is really struggling, trying to survive and not thrive. And I can help you do that, motivate you, encourage you, whatever I can help and assistance. I would love to do that. So my email address is harvesting. That's HARVESTING, harvesting1@yahoo.com. And I will put that on this video so that you will have it in case you can't write it down and you're just listening right now. But want you to reach out to me anytime if you need help. Okay, let's get started. Well, first, I had a friend that had something wrong with her outer part of her leg, which is your abductor muscle, and she couldn't hardly walk. And she was limping really bad. And I said, okay, what's going on? And she told me, and she said, I don't know what to do. I'm going to have to go to the doctor. I said, I know what to do. I said, first of all, if you have castor oil, take some castor oil, rub it in that leg. You can warm it up a little bit, rub it on that area, massage it just really lightly since it was already sore. She didn't know if she pulled something. So I was just telling her, kind of be careful, just put a little castor oil on there. And then take a potato. Slice the potato and put the potato on that area. Take saran wrap and then wrap it so that the saran wrap is wrapped tightly around that potato to hold in the air. What you want to do is keep the air from coming out. Now, you don't want to make it too tight where it cuts off your circulation, but you want to make it tight enough to where the air doesn't seep in. And then I told her to sleep in that overnight, or if she went home after work, then to put it on after work and just stay in it, for hours. She did that. She did exactly what I told her. Now, she didn't have the castor oil, but she did use the potato. The next day when I saw her, she was walking. I mean, she was not limping anymore. She said it drew out the inflammation. It drew out the pain. She was able to move better. She was going to do it again that night. And then by the time I saw her in like a couple days, I mean, she was over it. Didn't have to go to the doctor or anything. So that potato works wonders. For inflammation, to draw out pain. I remember one time I hit my finger on something and it swelled up, and I went and got the potato. I put the potato on there, plastic. The plastic is very important with wrapping that potato. And then I slept with it all night, woke up. It was not swollen anymore. The black and blue was gone, because at that time my finger swelled up and it was black and blue. The color was restored. Then I wrapped an onion around it to draw out the fluid. And then by the end of the day, it was good. I didn't have any problems. Swelling was down, same color. The fluid was out. So the potato works wonders. The onion, you can, if you have fluid like on your ankles, or like for me, when I hit my finger and then the fluid drew to the end of my fingertip, I just put that onion on there and it drew out all that inflammation. It drew out the fluid. So you can use that onion to draw out the fluid. Also, if you start getting feeling like your voice is going, or you're having a sore throat, cut up an onion, put that onion right here on your neck. I don't usually wrap the plastic, but some people do. I just take a towel and wrap it around, and a rubber band, tie it on the back so it kind of stays. And then I go to sleep with it, wake up in the next morning, and I'm pretty much good. If I need to do it 2 or 3 nights in a row, I'll do that. But these natural remedies, the onion and potato, they just work wonders. Now, here's a story just recently, which was 3 days ago with my puppy. I gave her a treat. She's real sensitive. So I gave her a treat, and her body didn't really respond to the treat well. So we went to bed, woke up in the middle of the night. She had to go to the bathroom, and her right eye was really red, really swollen, like almost closed. And the left eye was almost closed, but not as bad. So I looked at her and I said, oh my goodness, what happened? So I had to think, what happened? I gave her something that her body did not respond to. So how do I treat this? Well, if it was allergic reaction, which it looked like it was, because sometimes if you have allergic reaction, it'll just be in your face and your eyes, or your lips will get real puffy, and you won't get tingly, and her body was not red or inflamed or anything. So I said, okay, it must be some type of allergic to reaction to the treat I gave her. Her body didn't respond to it. So what I did was, number one, I had to diagnose it. Now, I'm not a doctor, so don't laugh at me, because I laugh at myself when I say I'm diagnosing something. But, you know, I had to diagnose it to my best ability, my limited ability and schooling that I've never went to medical school for, or nursing school or anything like that. But I diagnosed it based on the knowledge that I have. And according to my knowledge, I diagnosed it as being an allergic reaction. So number one, I had to get the poisons out of her body. That was number one. I had to get the poisons out. Number two, I had to fight the infection that was going on in her body, because I could tell she had a little mucus in her eye, so it may be infected. So what I did was I gave her activated charcoal, just a capsule activated charcoal and peanut butter, because otherwise she's not going to eat it. And then I let that settle for about, 45 minutes to an hour, because you got to be careful with the activated charcoal, because it absorbs everything. So if you take activated charcoal and then you eat, or you take activated charcoal and then you try to do another herb or medicine, it's going to just absorb it and your body won't get it. So I waited. Then after that, I gave her a little bit of nettle, stinging nettle. Stinging nettle helps with allergies. It helps. It's kind of like an antihistamine. To me, it's close to Benadryl or some of those over-the-counter things, but it's better because it doesn't give you the side effects. You don't get real drowsy and sleepy. So I gave her nettle, and then I waited probably another 30 minutes and cut up some little pieces of garlic and gave her some garlic and peanut butter. Probably about maybe one little nice little piece, probably about this big, of garlic, cut up, and then went back to sleep. Woke up the next morning, and her eye was open. It was still a little red, but not as red. So I did that. I continued that treatment that whole next day. Before I left to go to work, gave her a little bit of charcoal, waited 45 minutes, gave her some nettle garlic, came home from work, gave her a little bit of charcoal, waited 45 minutes, gave her some nettle and garlic before she went to bed. The next day, I might have given her, I did give her nettle and garlic for like 2 or 3 days. And now her eye is healed. No red, no mucus. Didn't have to take her to the vet. I heard a lady was telling me a couple weeks ago she had to take her dog to the vet, and she spent over, $250 because the dog had an allergic reaction and everything. And I'm not saying, again, I'm not saying go to the doctor. I mean, I'm not saying not go to the doctor. I'm not saying don't take the dogs to the vet. I'm saying, though, if you know some natural remedies or you want to try them, they do work. I mean, they work miraculously. Another incident I had with my puppy was she had a UTI, and she had one last year too. So she had a urinary tract infection. So what I did, and then I noticed that there was blood in her urine. So most people, there's blood in the dog's urine, you better take them to the vet. You better get out here quickly, take them to the vet. Well, I kind of know what to do, so I don't rush to the vet. I don't rush to the doctor. I try to do the remedies, natural remedies, some of the things that God gave us in the beginning that was naturally healing properties for us that we've gotten away from and gotten to traditional medicine. So I gave her a herb called Uva. It's UVA, Ursi, URSI. I gave her that, just in some peanut butter, a whole capsule. And then I put a little bit of apple cider vinegar in her water, the apple cider vinegar with the mother, put in her water. I gave her this herb called Water Out. And then I went to work. Came back home, no blood in her urine. Her urine was cleared up. And I kept that process going for probably about 3 or 4 or 5 days. You know, kind of like if they would put you on an antibiotic. You know, I did it like that, and shoot, it cleared up. This last time it cleared up. So those are just some natural remedies that, you know, you can use. I know a lot more for different things. I just thought I would share that because, again, I meet a lot of people that, you know, they have knee problems. I met a lady that was having knee problems. She couldn't hardly walk. She couldn't hardly stand. And then I told her to put that potato on. She did it. I saw her later on and she said it worked 100%. She said potatoes are always going to be in my household. And so did the other lady that I helped. She said, she told her husband, okay, we're going to buy potatoes all the time. And you know, she was going to do the onion for her son because her son had some kind of a sports thing coming up and he was getting sick. I said, put that onion around his neck and put an onion in the room, cut it in half and put it in the room, and he'll be able to go. He should be able to go to whatever he's got to do and accomplish whatever he's got to do. So I just wanted to share. I know a lot more about natural remedies. I'm using them all the time. Whenever I have something going on, you know, I have a lot of natural remedies, home remedies and things that I can use. I have books that I've studied out of. Tremendous amount of information, tremendous. So if anybody is looking for anything, needing help, I've helped so many people, even with the animals, you know, with helping the animals, the doggies and stuff. People call me and email me about, oh, this went on with my dog, that went on, and I'm trying to help you. If it doesn't work, take them to the vet. But I mean, you won't lose anything because natural remedies, they don't break down the immune system. They don't tear down the system. What they do is they build you up. So if anything, I say they're going to help. Anyway, hope to hear from some of you. Thank you for listening. Continue to thrive and not survive. And God bless until next time.